Hi, everybody. It's good to be joining you for these daily devotions. My, it's been hot and we've been sweltering. That's a foretaste of the summer to come. Well, such is life in Durban. Today, I would like to think about purpose. We've only got two choices when we think about this incredible thing called life that we all are a part of. Either there is absolutely no purpose and it's meaningless, or otherwise it was created with a purpose. For example, let me look at it. If you look at this, it's a pair of scissors. And this was created for a purpose. You can see it's got a place for your thumb, it's got a place for your finger, it's got two blades, it's got its action which can cut through paper or material, and it's very clear that this was created for a purpose. So when you see a pair of scissors, this is what it's for. There's some very famous people, and there's a very famous school of philosophy called existentialism that says, well, actually, there's no purpose. And the only purpose is the purpose that you create. And so we've got choices to make about what the purpose will be for our lives. But it's all our own choice, and we can have this choice or that choice, whatever floats your boat. Well, now, if things did just happen by chance, so if you imagine that there's this huge pile of bricks which is lying out on a field, and suddenly there's a massive hurricane, and all these bricks get blown up into the air, and then the hurricane stops, and all the bricks fall down to the ground. And when they fall into the ground, they all fall into the form of a perfect and a beautiful house. All by chance. It is unthinkable. But if things did in fact just happen by chance, which is what an atheist will say, well, what we see around us was just a procession of chance events. Then it means that everything, including the argument that the atheist is making, is meaningless, because his thoughts will then just be a random procession of ideas which came from a random event, which was the making of the atheist. And so therefore his thoughts don't have any anchor in reality at all. They just happen to be his thoughts. But there's this wonderful verse, or two verses in Psalm 139, verses 39 and verse 14, which speaks about our faith as Christians. For you, and the psalmist is praying to God, for you created my inmost being, even all my thoughts and feelings and emotions, and you knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and I am wonderfully made. That's what the psalmist said. He said, we are created. We are made with a purpose. And our purposes are twofold. On the one hand, we are made to be like God. If you read in Genesis chapter 1, it says God made us in his image so that he could relate to us, so that he could communicate with us. Because if you've got a dog, it's a wonderful thing, but he's not made in your image. You can't communicate with him in the same. But we are made in some small way to be like God so that we can communicate with him. So the first thing is that we are made to be like God. The second thing is that we are made to be with God. We see in the story of Adam and Eve how they walked in the cool of the day with God. God enjoyed fellowship with them. God created us in the same way as we have our children so that they can be with us, so that we can enjoy them and we can nurture them and care for them and have a relationship with them. But something we know went wrong. And our likeness to God, the image, was shattered, a bit like a mirror. You can still see it, but it's a little bit broken. And also, our relationship with God was also broken. We were separated from God. by our disobedience. And the wonderful thing is that Jesus has come to restore that purpose. Number one, so that we can find the forgiveness of God and so that we can be one with him again. And then by his Spirit within us, dwelling within us, he enables us slowly, bit by bit, to become more like God, to restore the image that was broken. So we have a choice in this life, and then there are only two. Either we have this wonderful purpose, we are made, we are not chance events, we are created, or it is without purpose. What is your choice? I know what mine is. And it's wonderful to know that we are part of God's big plan for all of creation. We're a part of what he is doing. Well, those are some thoughts to share with you on this Friday. May God bless you as you go into the weekend. Have a restful time. Let's hope we get some coolness and have a good break. Bye for now.